Waste is immediately taken off the board by Rising Lotus this time around. They just don't want to have to deal with that once again. Now, Mousesports are going to ban away Baron. Grace is available right now, as is Grumpjaw. Where do you go if you're Rising Lotus?
I feel like you should probably go towards the Grace. Her ability to just save allies is so important. You know, it gives you a little bit extra leeway if you do get caught out as well. So I'm glad that they did go for the Grace pickup here. But now on the side of Mousesports, obviously they still have plenty of captains that they play. We've seen Justman play Arden, Finn, and Lyra. So they're going to get their Vox though.
Yeah, Vox going into the hands of Apfel. We've seen how dominant he can be. And once again, Samuel is going to be denied from Agony. That's easily his best hero.
Yeah, that's a really smart draft there. And I think Rising Lotus will probably ban Kestrel here, which will open Grumpjaw for I'm the Doomed. So this is a very interesting guy because Lyra and Grumpjaw will be open. So are they going to take away Kestrel or are they going to go with Lyra and Grumpjaw? And Apfel is on Vox, which is really scary. And Vox is good into Grace because when she tries to land a Holy Nova, it's pretty much telegraphed. He can just Sonic Zoom away. So they're going to go ahead and ban away the Kestrel. I think here, Mousesports does not need to pick the Lyra here. They can go ahead and secure a key jungler for I'm the Doom, whether it be Grumpjaw. I don't think they should give Grumpjaw up over. They're going to actually take the Finn because they're going to anticipate a Grumpjaw pick, I feel. Because now Rising Lotus can take like Grumpjaw Adagio, which we saw was very strong when TSM ran it. So let's see if Rising Lotus can play that composition or they're going to go with more comfort picks here.
Yeah, and we talked about last week how Finn is a pick that actually does very well into Grumpjaw because he can just block everything Grumpjaw wants to do. Like the ultimate, for example, Finn is just a big brick wall in the way of that.
Yeah, it's difficult positioning because Finn is so slow, but if you can get yourself there, it works wonders. Idris, again, talked about this last game. Idris is so strong with a Grace because you can go diving in deep, just keep fighting. You don't have to worry about retreating because you're going to get that burst heal coming out as long as you aren't getting too aggressive. You know, you do have to still make sure that you're staying with your team a bit, but the Idris just scales up so well.
Yeah, Idris gets absolutely terrifying towards the late stages of the game. Rising Lotus, actually, with the Grace and Idris, they're looking like they have a powerful composition so far, but still one pick to go.
Yeah, I mean, Idris is good, but it's still melee into Finn, and Finn's going to be able to CC him and pull him away from the Vox. So if you're the last pick here, they probably go with a CP Blackfeather, something that range. You need to play range against Finn. If they pick a melee hero, it'll be tough. So yep, they're going to go with the Scarf here. Instead of the Blackfeather, but it's still range into Finn, which I like. However, because Scarf is open, we have Grumpjaw available, we have Taka, we have CP Glaive, which actually has not been played a lot, but is still decent given the composition that they have here. So Mousesports has a lot of options that they go with, but I feel like for them, they may probably opt with for CP Blackfeather here potentially.
60% win rate for Scarf, actually, which is, you know, significantly higher than you would expect. You don't look at Scarf and think, oh, this is super powerful. Has only been played in 5 games, though.
Oh, and a lot of that is, you know, I was going to mention, you know, only the 5 games, but the 60% win rate is because teams are only picking him when they're really confident in that pick for the most part.
Yeah.
I do like Scarf into Finn because it is a very easy target for you to be hitting Spitfires onto, build up those breaking point stacks, and then unleash a Dragon's Breath and absolutely melt through your opponent's team. As far as Mousesports is concerned, though, like Sweetie was mentioning, there's a lot of different options for them here. You got to figure it's going to be a Crystal jungler, and that's not going to be a typical pick.
Yeah, so we have 2 carries, question mark? Sweetie, explain this.
I guess they're going to go with a Crystal Ringo potentially here. I think that makes sense. But he's really squishy. Idris is going to completely blow up this Ringo along with Scarf and Grace's CC when Scarf gets Frostburn. So 2 squishies into Idris is extremely risky, and I don't like the draft that Mousesports came up with here. I don't know why they're going to try this Ringo. He has a really slow jungle clear, so they're going to be behind in jungle clear. So it's going to slow down the rotation. So Rising Lotus are going to be able to put a lot of pressure with Grace and Scarf here for sure.
And I mean, we have to talk about the Grace, right? Because it feels like every game that Grace is on a team, they get first blood. It feels like Grace just gives you so much early power. Are they going to be able to survive this jungle with a Ringo there?
That's a big question because Ringo Vox is not a very strong, whichever one of those 2 ends up in the jungle, neither of them are very strong in a level 1 jungle fight. There's also the fact that assuming this is going to be a Crystal Ringo, Grace can just heal up as soon as that Hellfire Brew comes out. I mean, you can even potentially throw down the Divine Intervention just before it connects, reduce the damage of the Hellfire Brew by 40%, and then just immediately heal it. Like, that's going to be very, very strong. There is the possibility, though, of it being a Crystal Vox.
Crystal Vox, yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. I do have to throw it on into the game, guys. So we'll see which one is going to build Crystal as we get onto this one. Don't forget to get involved. Hashtag Vainglory8 is how you can let us know who you are supporting. Can Rising Lotus make it back into this series, or will Mouse take a 2-0? It's time to hand over to our casters to find out.
Thank you very much, guys. And you know what? It's Rising Lotus's time. Show that they can win on the Grace as well. Mousesports versus Rising Lotus. They've swapped sides, but this is game number 2. Mouse up 1-0 right now. And has the time come, AJ? Are we actually going to see a Crystal Ringo? Please.
The battle for the Halcyon
I don't know, they're
Fold
both
has
building
begun.
weapon blades at this point, so I can't say for certain. This is pretty interesting. I actually kind of like it. I like that I'm the Dooms in the jungle on the Ringo. This is something we saw back in winter of 2016, I believe. So the first season of 2016, we saw Jungle Ringo do some serious work in Velocity versus Team Solo Mid. It's one of my most memorable games, without question. Really interesting watching it early on, although getting rooted here could be bad news if Hell's Devil goes in!
Oh, I got it!
No.
Oh, no, punishment. Oh, I'm the Doom. Just Man's going to be here to save you, but he has a level 1 Finn, so he hasn't got too much. Oh, the total BM. Doom, do not let these go over as well.
Oh,
Don't do it.
man.
Oh, no. Hell's Devils gets another one. Oh, my goodness. I'm the Doom. Not having the strongest of starts on this Ringo. Is he going to be able to get this last camp, AJ? He got it. He got one. It's all good. Mousesports, you know, they may have fallen behind 2 whole camps almost. Don't get trapped up again. Oh, Just Man's in a lot of trouble. Agony. Just gonna chase him down, and now I'm the Doom is on the menu as well. We talked about First Bloods, and they always seem to go the way of the Grace. There's 2 kills for Rising Lotus.
I kind of love how completely, in every way, that was bad for Mousesports, right? Like, not only did they die, but they also lost camps, and they also... It was kind of past the point where you lost your second camp and Grace was still there. You have to know Scarf's coming. Like, Scarf has quite a reasonable first clear with the burn damage on his perk. And then, when he gets there and is level 2 and you're both level 1, what are you gonna do? Like, there's no way you fight that. It was really, I mean, it was smart play from Rising Lotus, but it was also a bit greedy of Mouse not to react more appropriately to it. I feel like bringing Apfel down, yes, he loses farm, but your jungle doesn't get crushed so completely, right? Would have been a good option. Alternatively, just kind of giving up would have worked for Mouse as well. Giving over 2 kills on top of all the deficit you already just got from your jungle being invaded is not a good spot to be in. There's an 1,000 gold lead. It's 2.5 minutes in. That's absolutely obscene, Joss.
Oh, it's looking really scary for Mouse, but you know what? They're the top of the table for a reason at the moment, and that reason is the comebacks as well as the early lead they can acquire. We'll see how Agony does, though. He's got this 1 kill on the Scarf, and we all know if Scarf gets rolling, it could be an absolute menace to deal with, and I'm kind of looking at the big engage tools now that Mouse have. And in game number 1, they had Batiste, and they also had, funnily enough, the Grace, a perfect combo. A match made in heaven, but now the only massive engage tool they do have in terms of getting on the backline is going to be Just Man with the Forced Accord, and you know how that's going to end? If he drags a Grace, your team's getting knocked up.
See, the thing is, I don't think Mouse really want to be engaging in the traditional way. I feel like they really want to have Rising Lotus try and set up a fight, and they kind of, you know, kite a little bit and counter-engage some. Finn is one of the best captains for keeping your carries alive. They've got 2 carries here, so one of them at the very least might be too difficult to take down. We'll see what happens. Constant invades here coming in from Rising Lotus. They're doing a great job of putting the pressure on.
Yeah, Aggie stole that camp as well. I'm the Doom is mad. He's trying to go for something. Abel's going to join him. Devil is going to, well, Merciless's actually on the sideline. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. Hang on a second here. Abel gets that fortified health from Just Man, but Hell's Devil is going to be able to back off, and Agony stealing the jungle away once more is going to be able to take that front healing camp. Now Fountain has been finished as well. Look for a fight, I think.
This is a really rough spot for Mousesports. One of the things that can be strong and effective about this comp is that Ringo has, an early game spike, but actually, hold up, Jaws, he's starting to build some crystal power. So, okay, you do see Ringos do this sometimes. They start weapon for an earlier clear, because with Torling Silver, they really scale very well with it. But then later on, they start to build their crystal power. I'm the Doom seems to be doing that. This changes the dynamic of the comp from what we were talking about before. It makes it much more about, I'm going to Hellfire Brew someone, then we're going to either kill that person really quickly or use the fact that he's been forced to run away to fight other people. It can be quite strong as a counter-engage tool as well. As soon as you know that Rising Lotus want to go in, you dissuade them from doing that with a Hellfire Brew. Yeah, a bit different than we anticipated here from Mouse, but arguably stronger, I think, than having double weapon. So we'll see if they can make it work.
Itemization is going to be quite important for I'm the Doom right now. I want to see if he's going to go straight Shadow Glass or something. Even maybe go into an Echo. I've seen a Grace go an Echo before, so you can just double ult. It's very, very terrifying when you have those. Man being pushed underneath this turret as well. That Chakram chunking him out a fair bit, and now Agony just spitfiring over the wall, just trying to get in pot shots to try and chunk someone down. And I'm the Doom taking a large majority of that damage. Will end up backing off here. Rising Lotus's siege as well is extremely annoying. Their poke potential is huge, and Mouse are paying for it right now.
Oh, I'm the Doom.
They're going to chase him.
That too.
They might just get the kill. Oh, he's going to burn away. 45 HP is going to save him. Just Man comes in with a polite company.
The Sentry's actually doing a lot of work here. Maybe Apple can chase someone down. Got to be careful of Mercillius, though.
So is going to dash away from him, but now once more, Rising Lotus pounding on this pressure. They can take away that front healing count. Outfell, you're not going to get your head in, buddy. There's 3 members of Rising Lotus there. They're going to get control over this item shop, and more importantly as well, that gold miner. Gold, in fact, is actually ahead for Rising Lotus now. Not been able to stretch it too far, but still 1,500. More than they could hope for.
So we should talk about Mouse's avenue back into the game. Apfel, if he gets some kills early on by fighting like this, could be one avenue. But realistically, it's about hitting a few power spikes, right? They really need Apfel to have 2 items, and they need I'm the Doom to have at least Shatterglass, or if he goes a different build, 2 items, right? Those are the options. Because if he goes Shatterglass, he's just a Hellfire Brew, and that's fine. But if he gets 2 items, and one of them is like an alternating current, and one of them is, I don't know, any other damaging crystal item, then he's fine, right? That works. But Shatterglass is a viable alternative. It depends on what Apfel does here, and he's at 2,000 gold. So Apfel can pick something up next time he goes to shop. I like that Rising Lotus, they probably looked at his inventory and he said, he hasn't got something yet. Let's force the wave in, let's force him to farm for a while, and then because he doesn't have an item and he can't fight us, let's take his jungle.
That's what they've been doing all game. I don't think it's a matter of question, more we're just gonna do it. Just gonna take your jungle. There's nothing you can do about it. But that time to come online, like you mentioned, for I'm the Doom, a little while yet. Yes, he's picked up his Shatterglass here, so this next Hellfire Brew will deal a significant amount of damage, but what you alluded to earlier, and rightfully so, is Hell's Devil is just going to be able to heal that up without too much of a problem.
Yeah, it is a very nice counter, which is why it's kind of interesting that we saw the Ringo last pick. But at the same time, if you force Grace to pop ult basically straight away in a fight, that can mean that Apfel has a little bit more of a target agnostic view on things, because he can then be like, all right, well, I don't have to worry about spending too long on a target and that person, just getting healed up, so I can kind of do what I want, what I need to do in this fight, rather than playing around the Grace ultimate. We'll see if it pans out that way, though, because that might be a little bit optimistic on the behalf of Mouse. They are a very strong team, though. They have the ability to turn perhaps a losing situation into a winning one, just by virtue of their skill alone. Just Man forced to court is down now, though. 60+ seconds on that. he's really going to struggle to find windows with Crucible being half that in cooldown.
Echo for all. Hellfire Brew is going to find Mercillies and block that burn damage. And now Hell's Devil is just going to have to back off as well. He's taking a fair bit basic attack damage from Atfo. He's going to go back in though. A lot of trouble. That massive divine intervention though is going to heal him up. There is the ultimate. There's the dragon breath. Just Man caught up on it, and Mercillies going ham in the backline. He's going to be able to execute I'm the Doom. He liquefies into the ground. There's nothing left of him, AJ.
Yeah, Mercillies, you know, that was a very strong dive there, obviously. Oh, turret going down.
Turret's dead. Uh-oh, Atfel's dead too. Oh, can he pick up a kill though? Hell's Devil, is he going to go down? No, of course he's not. There we go. Mercillies comes up with another kill. Agony almost fell in that engagement as well. Can you imagine if he picked up 2? That would have been godlike. But no, Atfel falls also. 10 minutes in, 5-0. Now that gold lead is extended.
I think perhaps that Apfel took my comment about being target agnostic a little bit too much to heart there. He nearly killed a couple of people at the end of that fight, and he could have just killed one of them had he wanted to, had he had you know, the decision in mind previous to going for the engage. Big problem there, honestly, was that Apfel had too low energy at the beginning of the fight. As a result, you know, when the fight kicked off in earnest, he couldn't turn once he had positioning and everyone was low and really commit to it because he couldn't Sonic Zoom around and reposition easily. Tough spot to be in for Mouse, but there were certainly moments where it looked like, you know, let's say he had more energy, they could have actually turned around and won a fight. Perhaps as we go a little bit further into this game, as Apfel gets some more levels and just has a higher base energy, these fights will be a little bit easier for him to scope out and get the good resources on.
Well, he has hit a nice little spike there. He's got the Sorrow Blade, he's got that Poisonous Shiv, and now I'm the Doom. Building towards what could possibly be the double Shatter Glass. We'll have to wait and see if that does come about. Fell taking a fair bit of damage from those chakrams now. Agony. Oh man, they're almost one-shotting I'm the Doom. My goodness. I'm the Doom just can't get a look in these fights whatsoever. Rising Lotus once more. Oh, Agony gets forced to Cordic. Weird Ball is going to get blocked. Devil, just quick on his fingers, is going to be able to tap that. Sentry is going to chase them out as well. So Rising Lotus still in control. I'm the Doom almost going down there was pretty big. That Crystal Sentry is going to fall. 2 lives remaining now. Rising Lotus, maybe looking towards this item shop. I was going to say Gold Miner, but they did secure it a minute ago, so it's not worth it.
So I think that I'm the Doom, if he goes for the second Shadow Glass, it's actually quite a smart purchase. You're not really expecting to do the work over the course of a longer fight. That's kind of what the Vox is for. If you can burst down Agony or Mercillies, then you might, depending on how quick on the trigger finger Hell's Devil is, be able to follow up and kill that target before Grace Heal comes in, and that's definitely a way you win fights as Mouse.
Try and find another fight again. Just Man is in the front line this time, exactly where he wants to be, but can the rest of his squad just do something in the form of damage? That would help any of the members of Rising Lotus. Nice 2-man quibble, but I'm the Doom takes 1 Spitfire and it's about 1/3 of his HP gone.
He just had too much money in the bank. He needed to shop. Like, I'm the Doom doesn't want to fight when he needs to spend his money. Makes sense. Mercillies is finding so much damage on the Just Man here, though. Just Man almost goes down. I'm the Doom. Almost saw to follow that. Force Squad's going to get blocked beautifully again. There is the Hellfire Brew. The target is Agony. He actually hits 2 people with Mercillies. Just stands next to him. Oh dear. Just walks into the Spitfire and Hell's Devil does heal him up. Mercillies is going to dash forward, going to try and find the kill on Atfel, but he's going to be able to get away. Just Man's still alive, but can't really do all too much with that Force Accord being down. Agony is having the time of his life on this Scar. Mercillies trying to get a bit more damage down to that turret. Atfel stepping forward once more. Just Man is in the front line. There comes the wait for it. It's not going to find anybody, and now that turret's going to fall. Just Man is to follow. Rising Lotus take their 7th kill of the game, and this very well could be a perfect one. That was really the opportunity for it to work out here for Mousesports. If I'm the Doom had just walked into a Spitfire, they had done enough damage that Apfel could start applying pressure effectively. And if I'm the Doom was a threat on the backline, then it would have been hard for Mercillies to just be like, all right, well, I'm going to commit so that, you know, we can take the turret based on that pressure. Now with 7 kills to 0, Kraken hasn't even spawned here. Rising Lotus are looking really, really good. They have a huge gold advantage, too, about 6,000 gold in the lead. Very strong position to be in. I do think Mouse, with the right engage, can turn things around, though. This is a team comp with 2 of the abilities in the game that have probably the highest upside potential to just win a fight, right? Like, Hellfire Brew, Forced Accord, sometimes they're just going to win you games. Pretty out of nowhere, too. It really depends on Rising Lotus crucibling effectively. Here comes another one, though.
They want to go for an engage once more. Just Man already at half HP. Appo's going to have to kite back there. Does Reflex block. Forced to call this Reflex block. Oh! I'm the Doom with the 3-man Hellfire Brew. Is going to get chased out. There comes the Divine Intervention from Hell's Devils on Merciless Art. Fails, steps into another Spitfire, ends up going down. 1v3, not where you want to be. Now I'm the Doom. Here comes the Dragon's Breath. Agony just melting Just Man. He's going to melt I'm the Doom as well. That's going to be an ace for Rising Lotus, and they're going to push for this base.
Honestly, again, that was a fight that could have been won, I feel, from Mousesports. The Crucible did not actually block the burn damage of the Hellfire Brew, so everyone is ticking for a lot. The problem is that they did not coordinate very effectively. Like, their communication wasn't good. Just Man didn't decide to help Apfel. Yes, it is a lot slower for a Finn to get into a fight than Vox, but he still could have started to make his way in. I'm the Doom was buying a lot of time on the other side. Just Man needed to pick a direction. Help I'm the Doom or back up Apfel. If Apfel was going to go in, it definitely needed to be that one, but he kind of did neither. He just sat on the other side of the wall. So rough team fight for Mousesports, but again, showing they've got the capacity to win these, I think, and now with Apfel having a breaking point, they are in an even better position if they want to try and find a win.
Over down onto one. Doom is off to the side. Hellfire Brew's going to get blocked again, and Apfel just can't get the damage in. Nice Forced Accord from Just Man, but he is all alone. Quibble onto one. He's going to face going back to the base. Now, I'm the Doom is on the retreat. The only member left alive for Mouse, and again, could be very well a perfect game. 60 in, and they are 10k in the lead, and 17 minutes in game number 1. Mouse are in the lead by 5k, so Rising Lotus really making sure they outdo Mousesports in every way, in every sense of the word. Kraken's going to get unleashed, and that is going to march down the lane shortly.
Things might be out of reach at this point. I think Mouse probably had one more fight in him, and that may well have been the fight. They are picking up some infusions even on Just Man here, though. This is a true last stand. If they find that big ultimate, maybe things work out. They got to be careful, though. Any mispositioning from the carries, as you can see from that last fight, means someone like Apfel going down very quickly.
Yeah, Apfel, Sonic zoomed, well, not even forwards, to the side, just got deleted instantly. You could see Mercilli just had him in his sights and instantly jumped on him, and that was really it. Another Holy Nova. Mercilli's actually on the back line now. I'm the Doom is going to unleash that Hellfire Brew. It's going to get blocked. That wait for it. The silence is going to be pretty big there, but Apfel taking so much damage. Dragon Breath is going to take out that turret, and he's going to chase the rest of Mouse out this base. One turret falls, the second one to follow. Now they know you need to focus on this crystal. Kraken's going to help them finish it off, and Rising Lotus will tie this best of 3 up 1-1.
Really strong performance from Rising Lotus. I think especially in the early game, we saw a different team here. But Mousesports, I would also argue we saw a different team from them. Firstly, the draft was pretty controversial. I won't say whether I think it was correct or not. I think there's ways it could have worked, but they certainly did not play to that maybe in the way that they should have.